Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi or to one of our online affiliates around the world. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. International best-selling author Mary Higgins Clark is back with us today. And if you remember, the last time we spoke to Miss Clark, she was celebrating the release of her book, All by Myself Alone. Now she has a brand new book out with Alafair Burke called Every Breath You Take. We're going to talk to her about the new book, what it was like for her now to get back to the Under Suspicion series, the success of the series, and of course let you all know how you can be able to get the book for yourself. Ms. Clark, hello to you and welcome back to the program.
I love it.
All right. Well, look, I'm always excited to speak with you because, I mean, for one thing, you're one of my favorite storytellers, so it's always great to be able to speak to someone who you enjoy reading so much. But what has it been like for you, Ms. Clark, to not only see the way that people are responding already to the new book, but also to this series, Under Suspicion?
Well, I have loved writing. People say, why don't you give it up? I'll be 90 on Christmas Eve, for God's sake. But I love writing, and I get well paid for it. So those are two of the reasons I do it. And a couple of years ago, the book that I wrote, I've Got You Under My Skin, the publishers liked the characters in it so much. They said, we want to continue this. We'll call it the Under Suspicion series. And we know you don't want to write 2 books in a year yourself. So we'll connect someone with you. And they gave me some samples of other books. And the minute I read Alafair's, I said, she's the one. I knew we could mesh together. So that's the way it's been. And this is our 4th one now.
Right, exactly. And for those who have not had a chance to read them, I think one of the ones that people really responded well to, I know I did, was the Cinderella Murder. And the other thing about you, as you mentioned, about to turn 90, Ms. Clark, what an amazing career you've been able to have. As you kind of reflect not only on the books you've been able to write, but the fans you've garnered around the world, do you still have those wow moments that you're able to do something that you love?
Well, you see, I love the writing, but of course I have a husband and children who are now, of course, long since grown. And we see the kids all the time, and we're going to the theater tonight, so we keep pretty busy.
Right. Well, storytelling is definitely something that we know that you are a master of because you've been able to draw us in book after book. Have you always known, Ms. Clark, that storytelling was the gift you'd been given?
Oh, absolutely. But I was writing skits for my brothers to perform in when I was 6. Not that they wanted to, but they did. And always through school, I was writing. In fact, one nun, when I went back after 15 first bestsellers, she saw me, 90 years old she was, and sitting in a wheelchair, never forgot one of us. And she said, Miss Higgins, you were a dreadful math student.
Oh, wow.
So I curtsied to her, as we did in those days, and said, God bless your memory, Reverend Mother.
Wow. Well, you know what? I think one thing that people would agree is not only, of course, your knack for being able to bring these characters to life, but Ms. Clark, the other thing that I really love about you and about your work is that you have been able to inspire so many others to be able to pursue their own goals and dreams, especially when it comes to writing. What has that been like for you to hear from these individuals that you've been able to encourage to do what they love as well? Well,
I always tell someone I want to write a book. I say, don't talk about it because it will never happen. I don't have time. I said, everyone has time. If you're a late night person, write after everyone's gone to bed. If you're a morning person, as I was, get up at 5 a.m. because the satisfaction of working is so intense, it carries you all day. And then when I get much older people who say, I always wanted to write, I say, write the story of your own life. It would be the most precious gift you could give to your family, because you know you can self-publish and not expensively. And I've had people do that. At Christmas, under the tree for all the kids is our story. So there's no way that you shouldn't have a chance to write and experience the joy of it as well as the joy you will give others.
Exactly. I think that is so true, Ms. Clark. So well said. For those who are just tuning in either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. I'm excited to welcome back to our program today international best-selling author Mary Higgins Clark. She's celebrating the release of her newest book called Every Breath You Take with Alafair Burke, who you heard us mention earlier. Now, this features, of course, the Under Suspicion series and Lori Moran. I mean, what was it like for you to kind of create Lori, Ms. Clark, and to be able to see the way that people have gravitated to her?
Well, because when I started writing her, I thought, here is a very happily married young woman with a 3-year-old, and her husband takes the little guy to the playground, and someone comes up out of the blue and with a gun, and Greg said, my wallet is in my back pocket. He said, I don't want your wallet. And he shoots him straight on, kills him, and then yells to the kid, tell your mother she's next, and then you. So I thought it was a good premise. Lori stays away from work for 3 or 4 months and then goes back, and her last TV show was a bomb, so she knows she better get a good one, and this is what she should do. So that's how she gets started. And then, thankfully, Alex comes along, a lawyer, 38 years old. When the book starts, Lori is 32. And you can tell the instant attraction, but she's resisting it because she still has Greg's picture on and the wedding ring on. So she feels disloyal if she lets herself have any real contact with Alex. But in the new book, you'll find that maybe things changed.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And I think, again, you give us another great mystery for us to be able to go along with Lori as well. And I think that's what readers will definitely enjoy with this book, as they have with your other work as well. Ms. Clark, you know, one of the ways, of course, that you've been able to really show people what's possible is just by living your life. You mentioned something earlier about, you know, why people should not say what they can't do. They don't have the time. You know, what do you think has been your greatest motivator in your career?
Well, I always loved to write, and then I had 5 little children when my husband died of a heart attack. So I knew I would be working and supporting them because we didn't have insurance. Warren was not insurable, and he was a young man. He was 45. I was 36. But I thought every minute of my time, other than actually being at a job, will be for the children, and whatever I can get around it will be for writing. So that's when I started getting up at 5 in the morning and working for an hour and 40 minutes, getting the kids up, feeding them, and then getting into my carpool.
Well, I tell you, what an inspiration you have been to so many, and also what a great source of entertainment you've been as well, Ms. Clark. Again, everyone, Mary Higgins Clark has been our guest. The new book with Alafair Burke is called Every Breath You Take. It's available now through Amazon.com and through your favorite bookstore. If they don't have it, they'd be more than happy to be able to order it for you. Also, make sure you all are staying connected with Ms. Clark. You can find her on social media as well, and also her website, too. Ms. Clark, congratulations to you again on another great book, and looking forward to our next conversation together.
Oh, thanks so much, Cyrus. Talk to you soon, I hope.
Yes, I hope so as well. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late and missed part of the conversation with Ms. Clark, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media site. So head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go over to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share it with your friends from there too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You will make it a great one.